Hi, everyone. Today we are exploring how to talk about your workload professionally.
Indeed. Clear communication about what you can and cannot handle is vital for a productive team.
It is all about balance and making sure your colleagues understand your current status.
Let's start with bandwidth. This refers to your mental or physical capacity to take on new tasks.
I love that term. You might say, I do not have the bandwidth for a new project this week.
It is a very logical way to describe your energy levels and availability.
One of my favorites is saying your plate is full. It means you are already working on as much as you can handle. To use it formally, you could say, my plate is quite full at the moment. It is a gentle way to say you cannot take on more work right now.
On the opposite side, we have underwhelmed. This means you have too little work and are not being challenged.
If you feel underwhelmed, you should definitely speak up so you can contribute more.
It suggests that your skills are being underutilized in the current workflow.
If you have way too much work, you might feel overwhelmed.
A more casual but professional term is being swamped.
You can say, I'm swamped with the current project, to let people know you are extremely busy.
When you literally cannot do one more thing, you are at capacity.
It is a very clear boundary. It means your schedule is 100% full.
Using this term helps managers know that they must reassign new tasks elsewhere.
Sometimes we have a lot to do, and we need to prioritize.
To prioritize is to determine the order of importance of your tasks.
You might ask your boss, can you help me prioritize these 3 assignments?
A bottleneck is something that delays the whole process because one part is moving too slowly.
I'm concerned about a potential bottleneck in the design phase.
Identifying a bottleneck early prevents the entire project from stalling.
We often talk about the pipeline. This refers to the sequence of tasks or projects currently in progress.
You might say, we have 3 new clients in the pipeline for next month.
It helps everyone see what work is coming up in the future.
Before assigning work, it is polite to do a bandwidth check.
You can ask a coworker, do you have a moment for a quick bandwidth check?
This shows respect for their time and current workload.
Resource allocation sounds very fancy, doesn't it?
It simply means deciding how to distribute people, time, and money to get a job done.
Good resource allocation ensures that no one person is overwhelmed. If you have time to help, you can say, I have a bit of extra capacity.
This is a proactive way to support your team.
It shows you are a team player and ready for more responsibility.
When things get too busy, you must say, let's reevaluate the priorities.
This opens a conversation about what is truly urgent.
It allows for a logical restructuring of the team's goals.
Here is a useful phrase. I can take that on, but something else might need to slide.
This means if you start a new task, a different, less important task will be delayed.
It is an honest way to manage expectations.
Remember to use these terms based on your audience. Swamped is great for peers, while resource allocation is better for executives.
Exactly. Always be empathetic to your own limits while remaining professional. We covered bandwidth, full plates, and being at capacity.
We also discussed bottlenecks, pipelines, and the importance of resource allocation.
Use these phrases to communicate clearly and keep your work-life balanced.
Well said, Emma.
Mark, do you have a second? I wanted to let you know I'm currently at capacity with the marketing report.
I understand. Would you like to reevaluate the priorities for this week?
Yes, please. I'm concerned about a potential bottleneck if I don't get help soon.
Let's look at your pipeline and see what can slide.
Emma, I've finished the data analysis early and I'm feeling a bit underwhelmed.
Oh, that's great news. I have a bit of extra capacity in my department. Would you like to help?
Absolutely. I have the extra bandwidth to support the team right now.
Perfect. I'll allocate some research tasks to you.
Thanks for meeting. I've noticed a bottleneck in our production pipeline.
It seems we have a resource allocation issue in the final testing phase.
I agree. My plate is quite full, so I can't jump in there right now.
Let's reevaluate the priorities and move some staff to clear that bottleneck immediately.
Hi, everyone. Today we are learning how to share your thoughts at work professionally.
Expressing an opinion is a skill that requires both logic and the right vocabulary.
We want to help you sound confident and respectful at the same time.
Let's start by looking at how to frame your thoughts as a personal viewpoint.
Two of the most common terms are perspective and point of view.
These words help clarify that you are speaking for yourself.
For example, you could say, from my perspective, this project is a success.
Or, from my point of view, we need more time for testing.
I really like the phrase, from my side of things.
It is very useful when you want to speak specifically about your department or role.
From my side of things in marketing, the visuals look great.
It tells the listener you are staying within your area of expertise.
The way I see it is a slightly more direct way to introduce an opinion.
It is perfect for meetings where you need to summarize a situation.
The way I see it, we have two main options to move forward.
It sounds very clear and decisive. If you want to sound a bit more cautious, use I'm inclined to think.
This suggests you are forming an opinion based on the current evidence.
I'm inclined to think that the second strategy is more sustainable.
It is a sophisticated way to share a tentative thought.
If you ask me and to be honest are common, but use them carefully.
To be honest is best when you are delivering slightly difficult news.
If you ask me, the deadline is a bit too ambitious.
These phrases make the conversation feel more personal and sincere. To put it simply is great for summarizing complex points.
And if you are very sure, try I'm convinced that.
To put it simply, we need more staff.
I'm convinced that this investment will pay off by next year.
When you want to join an ongoing discussion, say, I'd like to weigh in.
It is a very polite way to interrupt or add your voice.
I'd like to weigh in on the budget discussion, if I may.
It shows you have something valuable to contribute. If I may offer a different take is a wonderful phrase.
It signals that you disagree, but in a very constructive way.
If I may offer a different take, I think the smaller market is actually better.
It focuses on the idea rather than the person you disagree with.
Softeners like perhaps or I think are essential for tone.
Instead of saying, you are wrong, you can say, I think there might be an error.
Perhaps we should reconsider the timeline.
These words make your opinion feel like a suggestion rather than a command. Agreeing is just as important as sharing your own view.
I see your point is a classic way to acknowledge someone.
Or you can say, I'm with you on that.
These phrases build rapport and show you are listening actively.
That's a valid observation is a high-level professional phrase.
It works perfectly when someone points out a specific detail or risk.
That's a valid observation. We should definitely look into those numbers.
It makes the other person feel appreciated.
Disagreeing is hard, but phrases like, I hear what you're saying, but help.
This acknowledges their side before you present yours.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm worried about the cost.
It keeps the conversation productive and professional.
Another option is, I have a slightly different perspective.
Or simply, I see it differently.
I see it differently as I think the main issue is the design, not the price.
These avoid being aggressive or confrontational.
To be a good communicator, you must ask for others' takes.
What's your take? Is a friendly, informal, but professional question.
How do you feel about the new proposal?
This opens the floor for collaboration and ensures everyone is heard.
Today we covered phrases for framing opinions like perspective and point of view.
We learned how to agree with I'm with you and disagree with I see it differently.
Remember to use softeners like perhaps to keep your tone professional.
Practice these phrases to become a more effective communicator in your office.
Mark, I think we should focus all our energy on social media growth this month.
I hear what you're saying, but from my side of things, our email list has a much higher conversion rate.
That's a valid observation, but the way I see it, social media builds the brand trust we need first.
I see your point. Perhaps we can split the budget 60-40.
To be honest, I'm convinced that launching today would be a significant mistake.
What's your take on why the risk is so high, Mark?
To put it simply, the software bugs we found this morning could ruin our reputation.
I'm inclined to think you're right. Let's notify the stakeholders immediately.
If I may offer a different take on the new office policy, I have some concerns.
I appreciate you bringing it up, Emma. Please go on.
I have a slightly different perspective on the hybrid schedule. I think 3 days in office is better for morale.
I see it differently, but I'm with you on the importance of morale. Let's review the data together.
Hi, everyone. Today we are learning how to say you are busy without being rude.
It is important to be logical and professional when managing your time.
We will learn phrases that help you stay kind while protecting your schedule.
Let's start with how to describe your current workload effectively.
Our first phrase is at capacity.
This means your schedule or energy is 100% full.
You can say, I'd love to help, but I'm at capacity right now.
It is a clear and professional way to set a limit.
Another common idiom is, my plate is full.
This suggests you have as much work as you can handle.
Try saying, my plate is a bit full today. Can we chat tomorrow?
It sounds very friendly and visual. What if you are in the middle of a specific task? Use the phrase tied up. For example, I'm currently tied up with a project. Could this wait?
This implies you are physically or mentally occupied right now.
When the work is overwhelming, you are swamped.
It is like being in a swamp where you cannot move quickly.
You can say, I'm swamped with deadlines this week.
This helps others understand the pressure you are under.
In the tech world, we often use the word bandwidth.
It refers to your mental space or available time.
Use it like this. I don't have the bandwidth for extra tasks right now.
It sounds very modern and professional.
Sometimes you just need to do things in order. That is called prioritizing. You can say, I need to prioritize this report first, but I'll check in later.
This shows you are organized and have a plan. Adding at the moment makes a refusal feel temporary.
It means right now, but not forever.
I'm unavailable at the moment, but please email me.
It keeps the door open for future collaboration. Circle back is a great business phrase.
It means to return to a conversation at a later time.
Let's circle back to this when things have calmed down.
It suggests you are interested but just too busy currently. Similar to circling back is following up.
You can say, can I follow up with you once I've cleared my current tasks?
This places the responsibility on you to reach out later.
Always start with something positive. Soften the no with a compliment. I'd love to help, but my schedule is packed. It shows that you are a team player who is simply busy.
If a task isn't urgent, ask for a delay.
Use the phrase, could this wait until tomorrow?
It helps you manage the influx of new requests logically.
Being specific is very helpful.
Instead of later, say at 4 p.m.
I am tied up now, but I can look at this at 4 p.m.
This builds trust and shows reliability.
Quality work requires focus.
If you say yes to everything, the work suffers.
Politely declining is actually a professional necessity.
Use the phrases we've learned to keep your quality high.
Let's review our keywords: bandwidth, capacity, and swamped. Also remember tied up and full plate. These are your tools for professional communication. Use them to manage expectations with your colleagues.
In summary, always be empathetic but clear about your limits.
Use idioms like full plate for casual talks and at capacity for formal ones.
Don't forget to offer a time to circle back.
This ensures that work continues to flow smoothly.
Emma, can you help me with this urgent presentation right now?
I'd love to help, but I'm swamped with this report.
It needs to be sent by noon.
I'm currently tied up, but I can give you 30 minutes at 11:30. Mark, I have an idea for a new experimental project we should start.
That sounds interesting, but my plate is a bit full with the audit.
Do you think you'll have some bandwidth next week?
Yes, let's circle back on Tuesday morning.
Mark, our clients want more updates, but the whole team is at capacity.
We need to prioritize the most critical tasks first.
Should I tell them we'll follow up later this week?
Exactly. Let's explain we are tied up with production so they understand.
Hello,
I'm Emma, and today we're discussing how to interrupt politely in meetings.
And I'm Mark. Efficiency is logical, but we must maintain professional courtesy while we interject.
Our first phrase is, "May I jump in for a second?"
This is a great, cheerful way to enter a conversation without being aggressive.
Use the wait for a breath technique.
Exactly. Wait for the speaker to pause for air before you speak up.
Try saying, "Sorry to interrupt, but I have a quick question regarding."
This phrase is logical because it provides a clear reason for the interruption.
To interject means to insert a comment.
Use the phrase, "If I could just interject here," to do this professionally.
If you were confused, say, "I'd like to quickly clarify that last point."
This ensures everyone is on the same page before moving forward.
Before the topic changes, say, "Before we move on, can I just add?"
This signals that you have one last relevant thought to share.
For important matters, use "Apologies for the interruption, but it's important we address."
This emphasizes the priority of your specific point.
Don't forget hand gesture etiquette.
A small hand raise or an open palm signals your intent to speak without saying a word.
If someone interrupts you, you can say, "Hold that thought," to finish your point.
It is a logical way to manage the flow of information.
Use "not to derail the conversation" when your point is slightly different.
This shows you are aware of the main topic while adding your input.
On that note is a perfect phrase to transition.
It connects what was just said to the point you want to make.
Always use the word briefly to show you won't take much time.
It reassures the team that the interruption will be short.
If you accidentally talk over someone, say, "Sorry to cut you off." Acknowledging the interruption immediately repairs the social dynamic.
To steer back or bridge means to return to the agenda.
These are essential skills for any meeting leader.
We covered jump in, interject, and clarify today.
Remember to use hand gestures and the wait for a breath technique for the best results.
Mark, you have been talking about the budget for 10 minutes. May I jump in for a second?
Oh, am I going on? Please, Emma.
I'd like to quickly clarify that last point about the marketing spend.
So the launch date is set for Tuesday morning.
Sorry to cut you off, Emma, but if I could just interject here.
Yes, Mark?
I checked the calendar and we actually moved the launch to Wednesday.
And that's why my dog loves the new office snacks.
On that note, not to derail the conversation, let's steer back to the quarterly goals.
Good catch, Emma. Let's use that as a bridge to discuss our team productivity.
Hi, everyone. Today we are exploring how to end a meeting with grace and clarity.
It is vital to conclude professionally to ensure everyone stays on track.
Our first key phrase is to wrap up, which means to finish or conclude.
I might say, it is time to wrap up our discussion for today. Once we decide to end, we need to recap.
To recap is to state the main points again briefly.
You could say, before we wrap up, let's recap the main action items.
This ensures no one missed the important details during the talk.
Next, let's talk about action items. These are the specific tasks that must be completed after the meeting. It is helpful to say, let's review the action items we have assigned today. This keeps the team focused on what needs to happen next.
After identifying tasks, we must discuss next steps and ownership.
Ownership means someone is responsible for a specific task.
You can ask, who is taking ownership of this task?
Then you can transition by saying, let's define our next steps for the coming week.
We also use the word takeaways to describe the main lessons learned.
What are the key takeaways from today's brainstorming session?
Takeaways help summarize the value of the time spent together.
It is a great way to ensure everyone is aligned before leaving.
Sometimes a meeting naturally finishes early.
In that case, you can use the idiom, let's call it a day.
This is a professional but friendly way to say we are done working.
I think we have finished our agenda, so let's call it a day. If you want to check if there is more to discuss, use this phrase.
I think we've covered everything on the agenda for today.
This gives others a final chance to speak up if they have questions.
It acts as a polite transition to the final sign-off. To be even more formal, you can offer to summarize.
You can say, let me briefly summarize the main points for the group.
This is especially useful in long meetings with complex information.
It provides a clear final structure before everyone leaves.
Every plan needs a timeline.
A timeline is the schedule for when tasks should be finished.
You might say, let's establish a timeline for these next steps.
Without a timeline, action items often get delayed or forgotten.
Not everything is solved in one go, so we schedule a follow-up meeting.
You can suggest, let's schedule a follow-up meeting to check our progress.
This ensures the momentum from today's meeting continues.
It provides a clear point of contact for the future.
When it is time to leave a video call, we often sign off.
You can say, I will sign off now, but feel free to email me.
You can also ask, does anyone have any final closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts allow for any last-minute reflections.
We want our tasks to be actionable.
Actionable means a task is clear enough to be started immediately.
We also need accountability to ensure the work is actually done.
By assigning tasks clearly, we build a culture of accountability. If a discussion is getting stuck, you need a polite exit.
You can say, I think we're at a good stopping point for today.
This acknowledges that work was done, but stops the meeting from dragging.
We can pick this up again when we have more data.
Respecting others' schedules is a key professional skill.
Use the phrase, I want to be mindful of everyone's time, so let's conclude here.
This shows you value their time and are a disciplined leader.
It is the perfect way to end a meeting right on the dot. Finally, always end with a thank you.
Thank you all for your valuable contributions today.
This leaves everyone feeling appreciated and motivated.
Even if the meeting was difficult, a polite thank you is essential.
Today, we learned to wrap up and recap our main action items.
We discussed establishing ownership, timelines, and next steps.
We used phrases like being mindful of everyone's time and calling it a day.
Remember to summarize the points and offer a follow-up meeting.
Ending professionally ensures accountability and clear takeaways for all.
That strategy session was very intense, Mark.
It was, but we need to summarize these complex action items before we leave.
I feel much clearer on our next steps now that we have listed them.
That was a very productive session. It is all about finishing as strong as you started.
Emma, I just realized I am late for another appointment.
No problem, Mark. I think we are at a good stopping point for today.
I'll send out the meeting minutes shortly so everyone has the notes.
Thanks, Mark. Let's touch base next week to track progress on the goals.
Thank you for joining us today to discuss the project delivery.
Before we wrap up, let's recap the main action items for the client team.
I want to be mindful of everyone's time, so let's conclude here with clear next steps.
I feel much clearer on our next steps. Thank you all for your valuable contributions.
Hi, everyone. Today we are discussing how to disagree politely in meetings.
It is a vital skill. Disagreeing doesn't have to be confrontational if you use the right language.
Exactly. We will help you stay professional while standing your ground.
Let's start with the basics of setting a collaborative tone.
One of my favorite phrases is, I see it differently. That is excellent because it suggests there are multiple valid viewpoints. It avoids saying the other person is wrong. Instead, it simply introduces your own perspective as an alternative.
Before you disagree, make sure you actually understand the point. You can say, I'm not sure I follow. This invites the speaker to explain further.
It prevents unnecessary arguments caused by simple misunderstandings.
Try using, if I understand correctly, you're saying, however.
This shows you were listening carefully.
It makes the other person feel heard before you present a counterpoint.
It's the first step in a constructive dialogue.
Use the phrase, I'd like to offer another perspective.
This is very professional and collaborative.
It frames your disagreement as a contribution to the team's brainstorming.
It keeps the energy in the room positive and focused on solutions. This is a key technique. Start by saying, valid point, but...
You acknowledge the merit in their idea first.
Then you pivot to your concern.
It's much softer than just saying no or but.
Sometimes you need to be direct. In those cases, I respectfully disagree works wonders.
It is formal and clear.
The word respectfully does all the heavy lifting to keep the peace.
On the other hand, is a classic transition for disagreements.
It balances two ideas against each other.
It implies that you are weighing the pros and cons of the situation.
This shows logical thinking, which I always appreciate.
You can also say, I have an alternative view.
This sounds very objective.
It moves the focus away from personal opinions and onto different strategies.
It encourages the team to think outside the box.
Be careful with all due respect. Use it only when you are about to challenge something significant. It signals a serious shift in the conversation. It should be followed by a very logical and well-reasoned point. Avoid saying, you are wrong, or you didn't consider.
Those are you statements, and they sound like an attack.
Instead, use I statements like, I am concerned about.
This describes your internal state rather than judging their work.
Words like might, could, or may help.
I might have a different take on this. Sounds softer than I have a different take.
Softeners make you appear more flexible and open to discussion.
It's all about the delivery.
Remind the team that you both want the same thing.
You can say, I know we both want this project to succeed, so I'm worried about.
This aligns you with the other person.
It turns a confrontation into a shared problem-solving session.
Try to find something you do agree on first.
I agree with your point about the timeline, but I have concerns about the budget.
This builds a bridge before you cross it.
It makes the disagreement feel much smaller.
Once you've stated your point, invite feedback.
Ask, what do you think about that? Or does that make sense?
This keeps the door open for their response.
It ensures the meeting continues to move forward productively.
We have covered so many great phrases.
From I see it differently to using I statements.
Remember to validate their point before you challenge it.
Use with all due respect sparingly and always focus on the shared goal.
Practice these and you will be a meeting pro. So,
I think we should put the entire remaining budget into TV ads.
I see it differently, Mark.
Oh? Why is that?
Valid point about the reach of TV, but I'd like to offer another perspective on using social media for better targeting.
That's a fair point. Let's look at the data.
Our new app will definitely work on all older phone models.
If I understand correctly, you're saying the legacy code is compatible?
Yes, exactly.
Respectfully, I'm not sure I follow, as the latest API updates don't support those older versions.
I see. Perhaps we should double-check the documentation.
Emma, I've decided we are canceling the project to save costs immediately.
I understand the need to save costs, Mark, but I'd like to offer an alternative view.
I am listening.
I'm concerned that stopping now loses our initial investment, whereas a partial launch could still generate revenue.
I appreciate your firm stance. Let's discuss a partial launch.